Welcome into the Jerry Richardson Indoor Stadium, where this morning the Wofford Terriers will find out their seeding in the national playoffs for FCS football. The Terriers coming off a loss to South Carolina yesterday. Nonetheless, they won the Southern Conference Championship this year with a 7-1 record, 9-2 overall. The Terriers are hoping for a national seed and a first-round bye. And we'll find out how they do in just a moment.
Here are your 5 through 8 seeds. South Dakota State out of Missouri Valley getting that at-large. 6th appearance, just beat South Dakota yesterday. 8th in the FCS in scoring. Sam Houston State, the Bearcats out of the Southland. The 11th appearance. Jeremiah Briscoe, the quarterback, leading the top scoring offense in the FCS. Wofford Terriers back-to-back trips. One of the top rushing teams with leading that triple option. And Southern Utah, Big Sky automatic bid.
I say watch Wofford there on this 7th spot. Listen, if you can run the ball in the playoffs, 250 yards a game they average, triple options, tough to handle. Watch Wofford.
The Elon Phoenix out of the Colonial, making their second appearance, their first winning season in 7 years. They will host the Furman Paladins out of the Southern Conference, their 17th appearance. They won the national championship all the way back in 1988.
How important is getting that first-round bye?
Very important. When you're coming into the playoffs, you want to be as healthy as possible. We got a few, nicks and bruises, and hopefully those guys get ready to play for this next upcoming game. Also, you get to go see your family for a little bit, so everybody's excited about that. But we're gonna take our time off for a little bit. But we got really important goals coming up.
You talk about healing physically. Mentally, does it do you some good to get away for a couple of days?
Of course. You go through a long season. We had an early bye week this year. So football all the time, nonstop for about 8 straight games, maybe 7, and so it really helps.
What do you guys take away from the South Carolina game yesterday?
That we can compete with anybody. We got to limit our turnovers. I think that's something we can control. We've been really good throughout the season about it. Nicked us last night, but we'll get everything situated out, and the coaches will put us in position to win.
You went through the playoffs last year, made a run to the quarterfinals. What do you recall from that run, and what has to carry over to have another successful run in the postseason this year?
Very, very slim chance of error. Everybody's really good. Everybody is, putting their best effort. We're putting our best effort, and it's going to come down to every possession. And, football's a game of inches, and that's how we take it. And we'll just see how we go from there.
If it's Furman, what are your thoughts?
They're a good team. You win 7 straight games. That's pretty hard to do on any level. But they got to play a game, and we'll see how that goes.
Thanks, Brent.
No, thank you.
All right, what does it mean to get a first-round bye?
It's definitely pivotal to our season and everything, because we have guys banged up, and it gives them at least 2 weeks to heal up, like Coco and DT and Kel, have them back and ready. So it's definitely great.
Your thoughts on being a national seed and the work you put in to get there?
Oh, man, we put so much work in to get to this point. It was expected in this conference, but our expectation is now to go to the national championship. So it's definitely expected, but it's also a relief that we made it. But now we definitely have more to accomplish, for sure.
Now, you get Thanksgiving weekend off in a way, maybe some time with your family, but will you be watching Elon and Furman? Will you find it somewhere?
Oh, yeah, for sure, definitely. And I know how Furman feels. They probably feel robbed for a SoCon championship, like we felt last year with the Citadel. So if they win, they're definitely going to want to play us. But I really want to play Furman, and I believe we all do, because Furman feels like we didn't deserve it, but we're going to show them that we deserved it. They play us, for sure.
Congratulations on the national seed.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, so you got what you wanted, right? First round bye, national seed. But go back to the South Carolina game yesterday. You were able to pressure the quarterback. Talk about what you took away from that game now that the postseason's around the corner.
Really just took away that, no opponent is bigger than us. If we go out there and execute like we're supposed to, which is what we didn't do yesterday, then we can really hang with anybody.
Your thoughts on having a week off?
Oh, lovely. I know I can speak for the rest of these guys saying, our bodies can enjoy the week off. We can go home, get some good family time, get a home meal, and come back ready to go.
Furman, Elon, I'm sure you'll be watching. What if it is the Paladins again?
Well, then, we know what they're going to come out and try and do to us. We know how their defense is, so our offense will be able to, move the ball around a little bit. But it'll be a lot. It'll be a showdown, between the upstate, between us and Furman. So, we really wouldn't mind it. So whoever steps on the field at Gibbs, we're gonna put it on them.
What do you recall most from the playoffs last year?
Really that every possession, every minute, every second counts, because whoever steps on the field with you is going to be a quality opponent. So the margin of error is slim to none. So everybody has to be ready to go and prepared for what they have to do to execute.
All right, Coach, you were hoping for the first round bye.
Right.
You got the first round bye. Talk about the importance of that.
Well, at this point in the year, we played 8 straight, no break. We've got a team that just finished playing last night against a very good SEC team in South Carolina. It was a very physical game, and as we all know, when you have players that are nicked up, some of them beat up, some of them injured, you've got to hope for some time to get them some rest and get them some recovery. When your older players are the guys that are on the bench with the injuries, you're counting on a lot of young kids. I'd much rather have the older guys in there with more experience and a better understanding of what's required. But we're in the best place we could be. Because of our body of work this year, that's why we're there. And we're going to work hard. We're going to prepare. We learned some lessons last year. We did it the hard way last year, as far as we had to open up the first week, then go to the Citadel, and then we played Youngstown. We're in a better position, but no matter whether it's a first-round game, second-round game, third-round game, all these games are hard. And it's the team that plays the best on a given day. You can run the gambit of teams that are selected, and if you don't play your best, you're going to get beat, whether it's number 1 or number 24. That's what I believe.
How do you do things in terms of practice in the next 2 weeks, considering the Thanksgiving holiday is in there as well?
Well, we're going to work a few days and then give them time off for Thanksgiving. We'll come back Sunday, and we'll start a regular week of practice, and then we'll just do like we've always done. Mondays is their day off. Tuesdays, Wednesdays will be heavy days. Thursdays are back off and primarily script review and major in kicking. And then on Fridays we'll do a complete kicking review, and on Saturdays tee it up and go.
You mentioned you learned some lessons going through the playoffs last year, making that run to Youngstown. What were those lessons?
Well, I think the big lesson is you've got a very short time to try to get your team as ready as they can be, and not only from the aspect of understanding what the defense may be of your opponent, the offense, but getting them back mentally, getting them back physically. And a big part of our success this year has been our ability to recover week after week. And Coach Medler's done a great job with our guys on that. And what we try to do is do as much as we can at a full speed level, but at the same time we practice safe techniques on tackling, blocking, and those things. So I think that's one of the biggest things. And then understanding the way that the kids are, where they are in example, finals are going to be coming up,
right? And
so you've got to understand that takes a toll on them as well. And so you got to adjust your practices. Instead of having your normal 2-hour practice, we're going to cut back and give those guys, afford them more time to get back to the room and study.
How much Furman and Elon film will you and your staff be watching starting, I guess, in an hour or two?
Gosh, we'll look at every film. I mean, I think Elon won it the first time. Furman's much better. And as far as at that point, they've made a ton of progress. Either team's going to be a great challenge. There's no doubt about it. When you play somebody that you've already played, who knows? So we'll do the work needed. We'll get our guys hopefully schooled up, coached up, physically ready to go, and then let's go play.
Do you think your guys took some lessons away from South Carolina yesterday?
Sure. I think every time that you tee it up, you're going to learn something, whether it be, hey, you know what, I tackled a really good player in space, and, you know, I can do this. I can do it at a high level. Being physical inside, you know, not getting knocked off the ball against some outstanding players. You know, you learn a lot about yourself. You learn also if you get a little bit too high and they knock you in the cheap seats, you know that's not the way to play it. And you also learn that when you give a good team too many opportunities, you're going to get beat. And so we hope to improve on a lot of areas. We'll touch on everything. That's just the way that it goes.
So the Terriers will have Thanksgiving week off with a first-round bye and the number 7 overall national seed. That means they'll watch the Furman Elon game with great interest Saturday. The winner of that contest will come to Gibbs Stadium for a second-round game Saturday, December the 2nd with a 2 o'clock kick. And if the Terriers were to win that game, they would move to the national quarterfinals for a second consecutive year, possibly playing in Fargo, North Dakota against North Dakota State. First things first, however, Wofford will find out who they play this coming Saturday when Furman takes on Elon. Bottom line, Terriers got what they wanted, a national seed and a first-round bye, and now it's on to the playoffs. I'm Mark Hauser. Thanks for watching Terrier Vision.